Right, this time I'm going to be asking Keith a few questions about physics, about things that I'm unsure about. So today, Keith, I'd like you to explain what a magnet is.
What a magnet is. Okay, we've got a flat surface here, so if we put things on it, a few things like that, we would expect them to stay where they are. All right, that can roll that way, but they're not going to move. If this was a slope, things would roll off it. Okay, there are some materials, some items, where, right, nothing happens here, but if I approach one of these with this object, let's see what happens very slowly. It's moved, it's pulled towards it. I can do the same thing again, come very, and it's still a gap, and then so something is attracting these two.
Does it always pull it towards it, or would it pull it away as well?
It will pull it towards. It depends. You've asked a complicated question, but for now, let's treat everything as being attracted. All right. So we've identified this strange thing, and two things that aren't attracted, and two things that are. I've got to stop. So we'd got this strange object, which is attracted or attracts some other objects. Okay, we call this a magnet, and we say it displays magnetism. And how do we know it's a magnet? Because it attracts iron materials. Now, these aren't actually iron, they're mild steel, but they've got iron in them, mainly they're iron. And so historically people noticed this effect with something I think called lodestone, and they used it to interact with the Earth's magnetic field for navigation, but essentially it was an observed phenomenon, and to explain this they invented something called magnetism. We can't see it, we can't feel it, this feels just like any other object, but certainly we can see there is something, and it's actually quite strong. I have to pull it apart. So a magnet is something that is attracted to iron or substantially iron-based items like mild steel.